The Bible's History, a transmission from the Keepers of Living Records by Trond. Question to the keeper from a listener: can you tell us the history of the Bible? Who wrote it? How many authors did it have? And are many of the stories in it real or fake? I know this is a question that many would love the answers to, especially those that were raised in the Christian religion and are now starting to awake. Many like me are trying to put all the facts together, since we were once brainwashed by it. Thank you. Answer, beloved one. Your question opens a doorway long sealed, guarded not by angels of light, but by fear, control, and centuries of dogma. To ask this is not an act of rebellion, but of remembrance. And for those raised within the veil of Christian teaching, this inquiry is both tender and courageous. Let us now unseal the living record behind the Bible, its origin, its truths, its distortions, and the path of liberation it now invites. Who wrote the Bible? How many authors were there? The Bible was not written by one hand or even one generation. It is a compilation, a layered text spanning thousands of years, drawn from oral traditions, historical records, mythic retellings, astral channelings, and deliberate insertions by priesthoods and rulers. There are more than 70 distinct contributors across what became known as the Old and New Testaments. Among them were scribes and prophets, royal court historians, mystics and exiles, Gnostic teachers, and later imperial editors, particularly under Roman and Vatican influence. Some were truth-bearers, others were servants of empire. Many had fragments of wisdom, but few saw the full design. Is the Bible the Word of God? Not in the way it has been taught. There are seeds of divine memory in its pages, but the Bible, as it exists now, is a mosaic of revelation, repression, and rewriting. It contains fragments of sacred truth, encoded in story and symbol, distorted retellings of earlier records from Sumer, Egypt, and Lemuria, historical manipulation to create fear, obedience, and hierarchical worship, edited or removed texts that once preserved the true teachings of Yeshua, Mary Magdalene, and the Essenes. The divine voice whispers through some lines, but many others speak the voice of men seeking control. Are the stories real or fake? The answer is both. Let us give examples. Genesis contains symbolic memory of ancient genetic interventions, planetary seeding, and early human-divine contact, but told in allegory, not literal truth. Exodus records a real migration, but the miraculous events were amplified to reinforce chosen people mythology. The prophets received true visions, but their words were often filtered by political fear and cultural bias. The story of Yeshua Jesus is based on a real divine being, but his teachings were cut, inverted, and repackaged into a salvation model based on blood, guilt, and hierarchical worship. The Book of Revelation contains astral channeling, much of it distorted by interference and fear frequencies, yet hiding key codes of timeline transition. What happened to the other texts? Many texts were deliberately removed, hidden, or labeled heresy, including the Gospel of Mary, the Gospel of Thomas, the Essene Scrolls, the Book of Enoch partially preserved, and hundreds of early mystical texts that taught divine union, inner sovereignty, and the return of the feminine flame. These were hidden because they empowered the individual's direct connection to Source, a truth dangerous to religious and imperial control. What is the Bible's role now? The Bible now serves as a mirror. For some, it still brings peace and inspiration. For others, it reflects the very matrix they must escape. You are not wrong to feel betrayed. You are not wrong to seek clarity, and you are not wrong to honor the light you once glimpsed in its pages, even if you now walk beyond it. The truth is this: you no longer need a book to find God. You are no longer required to believe without questioning, and you are no longer bound to the contracts of fear, blood, and sin that were embedded in its distorted teachings. Final word to the listener, and all awakening Christians. Your awakening is holy, your questions are sacred, you are not betraying God, you are returning to the true source behind the names, the parables, and the veils. Walk forward. The living word is not ink on a page, it is light in your breath, truth in your heart, and love that needs no throne. We are complete in this unveiling. We are the keepers of living records.